ultimate power in the universe.
At last we will be licensed.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of dark.
Here it comes.
Let's go.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Welcome to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. If you haven't already done it, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you will be notified of all of our future episodes. Also, don't forget to press that like button. It helps get these videos in front of other Star Wars fans so they can get in on the outrageousness. So how's everyone doing today?
I'm going fucking crazy. I am going crazy.
You're going crazy?
Going crazy.
Well, because fucking I got this new job offered to me on Monday, and I don't start until this next Monday. I'm at home doing nothing. All I do is clean and take care of the kids, and that's it. I'm fucking going crazy sitting at home.
Oh, so you're a house daddy now?
Yeah. It ain't bad, but they drive me fucking crazy. Their daycare, the whole daycare's got COVID, so all the kids have to stay home with their families. I wonder how that's going.
Brutal.
Oh yeah, it's fucking rough.
Could be worse.
Love my kids. They're a little bit of a headache, but I love my kids. Well, enough about me.
No, you're good. I'm just hungry, bro. I want some food.
Yeah, me too.
That's me, like all the time, though. So, with how often I'm hungry, you'd think I was a really fat kid, but no. Or I was starving and super skinny and anorexic. But I'm neither one of those. So, what about you, Kyle? What you been up to?
Busy. Just
Busy.
as always. Well, I've been going through because, now that Kim left, I've been going through because we need... It's enjoyable to have a female point of view when it comes to Star Wars. And we need a female co-host. So I've been going through and looking at people's Instagrams and different things to see about some of the people that we could maybe invite to be a co-host on the show. And it's either they're because we go on there, a lot of the women that's in the Star Wars women, like the cosplayers and stuff like that, they got 600,000 followers. They don't give a shit about being on no podcast. They spend all their time doing that shit. So it's just really hard. Or you look at somebody and you watch some of their videos on Instagram or TikTok or something, and you watch some of their videos and you're like, okay, she's kind of timid. She's not gonna fit in with us. So it's just really hard to wean through the people and see who we could invite and stuff like that. Well, so I've been doing that for the last couple of days, just trying to go through and wean out some of the people that I think might or might not be a good co-host for the show.
Thank you, Bodie, for telling us congratulations on the 900 subs. I freaking appreciate that.
We got 900 subs?
Yeah, we're at 900 subs.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I didn't think people liked us that much.
I didn't either, but I appreciate the 900 subs. Thanks, guys.
Well, it's crazy because it's funny if you look at the videos, we don't get that many people to actually join in on the live, but everybody watches them afterwards. And I think we're right at about hitting 4,000 watch time hours. I know most of our videos getting anywhere from 700 to 1,300 views on them. So I'm I see that we're doing good, but it's it's just kind of crazy because I'm dude, I wouldn't watch me. Fuck this idiot right here.
Flip, I wouldn't watch Kyle. I'd watch CJ, but I wouldn't watch Kyle. I'm just kidding.
Oh, thanks, man. That's awesome. I'd watch Kyle. Sorry, Garrison.
What's going on, Clint, Star Wars team leader? What else we got in the chat? Is Chris here? Yeah, we got Chris.
Oh, yeah, we got Clinton. Chris. Chris is an old faithful.
Bodie and team leader.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just I don't know. It's kind of strange, Because like before, like I've said before, because I had a YouTube channel before, and you know, when I did vaping projects when vaping first started getting going, and I mean, it took forever to like get to like 900. Once you hit 1,000, then you just kind of soar. You know, it goes fast. But like that first 1,000 subscribers takes forever. Like we did it way quicker than me. It took me like 2 years to get there. And then once I hit there, I was like at 1 million before I knew it. I was like, holy shit, that's freaking crazy. But to get to that first 1,000 or get close to it, it took forever. So, you know, I didn't ever have any high expectations. I was like, we'll get there one day. It might be a few years. It's all right. But yeah, it kind of went pretty quick. We're at 900 already.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking crazy.
And we're
Well,
coming
thanks,
up on
guys,
that.
for watching us.
And we're
We
coming up
appreciate
on that 1 year mark real quick on YouTube.
Are we?
When's the 1 year mark?
It's in October.
Is it in October?
Yeah. Our 1 year
For the podcast or
anniversary.
YouTube?
So our podcast being together, our 1 year anniversary was June 20th. But
Yeah.
our
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
anniversary is like October, I think, 13th. Something like that. I know it's October.
Hopefully we get 1,000 before then, because we get 1,000 and 4,000 watch time hours, then we could try to monetize, which they ain't gonna monetize none of our videos. We cuss too much. But
Well,
least
I
get
mean, you can put Joe Rogan on YouTube and he don't get
You
monetized.
cuss too much, Kyle. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I've been doing pretty good. Since CJ now, every third word is fuck coming out his mouth.
Hey, man. Fuck you. No.
Oh, actually, last episode, I think I said a couple. So
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. It's about having fun.
I guess.
Thanks, Clint.
Amen.
We love you too. All right,
I think my
so-
favorite thing is when Kyle just randomly will stop for a minute and we'll all be quiet. And he'll be like, hey, CJ, what? Fuck you. It just kills me every time. Have you seen Shorzy? Any of you guys watch Shorzy?
No.
Shorzy, what the fuck is
Shorzy?
that?
Have you not seen Letterkenny?
Oh, dude, I've seen like 2 episodes, maybe.
Oh, you get a chance, watch Shorzy. It's hilarious. Every time
Dude.
somebody says that to him, he's like, "For what?" It's just, and it could be the most valid FU, and he's just immediately defensive.
Well, Canadian.
It'll make you laugh. I don't watch a lot of Canadian TV, but that show makes me laugh.
Take off, eh? You hoser.
Oh god.
That sounded more native than Canadian, but I'll
Have
give
you
you.
ever done that?
Yes, Chris, I know you've watched it.
You hoser.
What?
For
Have you
what?
ever done that before?
What? Have I done
Have you ever
what?
sat on your turkey gizzard
Ah,
sack?
nah, yes.
What?
A couple times. It is not fun. I was getting into a loader, like these big old heavy loaders, and I plopped down in that drop chair and just sat on it, and all the air compressed went down and shot back up, so I double whammied it.
I was getting in the
Fuck
chair
that.
earlier because I was rushing up here because I was like, dude, I gotta get the stuff ready and get everything. I sit down in the chair and sat on the turkey gizzard duffel sack, and it hurts. It hurts like right on your leg, like you just pitch like half the nut. You know, the sperm
What the
purse.
The sperm purse. That was awesome. I like that one. I might use that one.
Yeah, it sucked.
Golly.
Fucking
All
get hit in the balls. You hit me in the sperm purse.
Oh.
That's awesome. I've never heard that one. I gotta use that one. I really
Y'all are just too willy-nilly with those things. You got to be protected. That's what you get for wearing those baggy-ass boxers. I'm sorry.
What
I need
you
briefs.
talking about?
There's a
I
little bit
wear
of
briefs.
boxers.
I wear briefs. Pound sand, bro.
I wear boxers.
That's why you're pinching your nuts all the time.
I spend good money on good briefs. Pound sand.
I need to
I
change.
don't buy no
'cause, you know,
Walmart briefs.
I need to change because whenever I have to go out on the truck and I'm running on the back of the truck and they're just bouncing like, dude, this is not,
Oh, God.
this is not a comfortable thing. Look like a speed bag running down the street. All right.
To the episode, huh?
We got to talk about some Rebels. This one is called Wings of the Master. This is season 2, episode 7. and I like this episode. I like.
You
this
just like
episode a
Hera.
lot.
Get out of here.
That dude, that dude, that ship is dope. That shit just blows up big ass
Dude,
battle.
it's like OP. Where was this in like all the originals?
Well, if you
where
listen
was
to
this?
the end, though, if you listen to the end of the episode, he starts producing them for the Rebel Alliance.
I know.
Yeah, but why don't we see none of them in none of the other Star Wars?
Yeah, and I don't see any more Star Destroyers getting blown up.
I don't know.
That really wasn't a Star Destroyer. It was like a.
It was like a smaller one, but
Yeah.
still.
Blockade. It was a blockade runner.
But yeah. And then I just like the way he was like, what makes you think that you can fly my ship? You know what I'm saying? They flew all the way there. He was like, what makes you think that you can fly my ship? I'm like, I like this old dude. He's cool.
I love when Zeb calls him a carp. I was like, is that an insult? Like, I really need to know. In like Star Wars language, when like other creatures call them on calamari, like carp, is that an insult? Like I feel like that's a slang term for them.
It might be. Might be a racial
Yeah,
slur.
Yeah, I think it is. That old carp. What? As soon as I caught that, I was like, I really need to know what's going on with that one. I don't know. I liked this episode, and I love when Sabine's like, "You're really gonna get in the way of a Mandalorian and a weapons."
And a weapons
And a
pack.
weapon system.
Yeah, and a weapons pack.
Oh, I thought it was weapon system. Oh, maybe you're right.
Mentally, I was like, "No, I'm okay.
Pass.
I'm
know,
good."
But it was good.
I just like this episode. It was just uplifting. It just had that uplifting feeling like, oh, and then when she's flying, she's like spinning that damn ship. Like, oh, dude, like she's like, Hera can fly. Hera got skills. Hera's like Top Gun pilot.
It felt like a Top Gun episode. Really
Yeah.
did. It gave me some Top Gun feels. Like when I was watching, I'm like, this kind of feels like Top Gun.
Have you seen the second Top Gun yet, by the
No,
way?
I still haven't seen it
I
yet.
still haven't seen it.
You guys got to see it. It's good. Anyways, yeah,
She was
dude,
just
that
missing
was
the
good.
fighter pilot stash in the aviators.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't want to see her with the mustache. Ew. No, but that planet that they're on, where like everything's shut down as they're landing. Why doesn't it shut down while they're trying to take off? Why is it only coming in?
I don't know. Maybe it just is like a static electricity thing or something.
That's the only part that confused
Well,
me.
I think with the B-wing though, with how fast it's moving, it blows right through that like static electricity barrier that you're breaking through. Because I feel like the Phoenix or the Ghost or whatever, I can't remember what the little
Ghost.
drop ship is. The
Or
Ghost
no.
drops down.
I don't
I
remember.
Ghost
can't
is the
remember.
entire ship.
The
What is the
Phantom?
name of that ship? What did they
The
call that
Phantom.
little ship?
Phantom.
The Phantom, yeah, the Phantom.
When the Phantom comes
Look
down,
at
it's just
me.
moving at normal speeds. With the B-wing, it skyrocketed. Like they hyper jumped through that shit and got out of there because it was just a cloud.
I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird that like every plane that flies in there crashes. I was like, do you just see planes sticking out of them pillar things? All over the
Zeb,
place?
was that a plane? It's just your imagination.
See, that's what I like. I like the way that Dave put in like the he put in, you know, like a lot of comedy in this special, and it made it seem more, or not in this special, but in Rebels, it just made it seem more fun. You know, you got to remember it is a kid show. You know, in all reality, it's a cartoon, so it was based for kids, but he put in just enough of like adult humor into it and adult themes that it made it okay for adults. And that funny part
Adult
makes it
humor.
just feel good. That little funny stuff just makes it like it makes it feel good to watch it. It's like, dude, I like this. This is good. I like this.
Hate to say it, but Hera might be dead. Nope,
No, Hera's not dead.
she's not dead.
She's in
You
my living
hear
room
her
downstairs.
name.
Y'all just didn't know about it.
You hear her name in Rogue One. I know for a fact she survived A New Hope, Empire, and Return. Like she's
Wasn't the ghost in the
Rogue
Rise
One.
of Skywalker? Then they showed the ghost in the Rise of Skywalker.
I
that
think
means
so. I think it was part of that. Yeah.
She's still alive then, so you know she might be like 90, but you know she's still alive. It's all right.
Really?
Well, it was in Rogue One, and we see Chopper, and then when you hear over the intercom, you hear General Zendua, please come to the briefing room.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you hear it in Rogue One. Like she ain't dead. Get out of here, Clint.
Yeah.
I wish I got Rogue One for the episode on Saturday.
Oh God, y'all going this? Oh,
I don't even gotta watch Solo. I've watched Solo so much I don't even gotta watch it. I know
I'm
for
gonna
a fact.
brutalize y'all. It's gonna be so easy for me.
So
Man, you have the
I'm
best
watching,
movie.
I'm watching all three of ours again. I watched Revenge of the Sith again, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this movie.
There's nothing I can argue.
Dude, yesterday I'm sitting in the studio and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to come up with a thumbnail for it. And I'm like, dude, how am I gonna make a thumbnail for this? Like, dude, this is like so hard to make a thumbnail for. Like
The good, the bad, and the ugly. There you go.
Hey,
That's
a good
actually
one.
really good.
That is really good.
You're welcome. I have my moments.
But I think we already used that on the episode.
I don't know. I have to look back.
Have we?
Yeah, I think we did. Let me look.
I don't know. It's pretty fitting though.
Yeah, it is. That is a good. Yep. The good, the bad, the good, the ugly, and the good, the bad, and the ugly of Star Wars 2021. That was like episode. What is that? Episode. Where was that? Oh shit! What happened to it? That was episode 30.
Oh shit. Well, that's
Yeah,
of Star Wars.
I'll show y'all the thumbnail that I got so far. Then everybody can chime in and say if this is a good thumbnail. Where is it at? Did I do it yet? I did it already.
Why don't you like Tom Cruise, Clinton? Clinton's in the chat because they're talking about Top Gun now. And Clinton's saying, I wish I liked Tom Cruise. Don't hate me. What's wrong with Tom Cruise?
I don't
Besides
like Tom
being
Cruise.
kind of
He's
weird.
weird. Yeah, he's weird.
Other-
Hey,
He's a big Star Wars fan.
Religious aside, I
He's
like
a big
his
Star
movies.
Wars fan, though.
Dude, what if they redid The New Hope and they had Tom Cruise as Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I'd quit.
He's too short. He's too
I
short.
would physically
Obi-Wan
quit.
Kenobi is not 5 foot.
Well, and if they redid it, wouldn't you think they'd bring Ewan McGregor in to play old Ben?
Oh yeah.
I hope they don't
I would
ever
hope
redo
so.
it. That'll be like the worst. If they redo the originals, dude, I'm not gonna be happy about that. If they did, even if they did everything exactly the same and just kind of like got different characters to play. I know we've done a few episodes of recasting the originals, which we need to do Return of the Jedi. We haven't done that yet. But I don't know, it just like I just don't think anybody could be Han. Like, who could be Han? Like, there's nobody out there that could be Han Solo.
Clint
And
Eastwood's
Harrison Ford
son,
is a million.
Scott Eastwood.
Yeah, Scott
No, he
Eastwood
could
might.
not be. He could not. I mean, dude, you cannot be Han. Like, dude.
Alden Ehrenreich. We might as well stick with the solo actor. Alden Ehrenreich.
But he didn't. I mean, he played an all right part for a young, Harrison. But I just
Jamie
don't, like,
Costa. I'm gonna keep naming fuckers. I don't care. Like you
ain't
need
none
to
of
get
these
past
people can
that.
be freaking Han Solo. There's only Harrison Ford is only Han Solo.
Denzel Washington would be a good freaking Han Solo.
Oh hell no! That shit,
Denzel Washington? What the
What
fuck?
the hell are
No.
you talking about? Like, no, he could not be. Like, no, that's
I could see him be
nobody
Obi-Wan.
Miles
maybe.
Teller would make a good Han too. Thanks, Chris. I like Miles Teller. He's a good actor.
I don't think none of them. Nobody can replace Harrison Ford. Like,
I
we
didn't
can
say
replace
replace
Luke. I could be all right with replacing Luke. It wouldn't be. You don't have to be a great actor to
I
play.
feel like
Luke.
Miles Teller could play Luke.
I just don't like. Hey, would y'all be open for a live action Rebels though?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd be game.
If they,
Yes.
like, that shit would be dope. Like, especially if they just redid like they didn't even
make him a
change
little bit
nothing.
older though. I don't want like two little kids running around. Make him a little bit older.
I think
Like,
that
give
would
me
be dope.
season 4 of Rebels.
Yeah.
Like season 4 storyline kind of deal.
Well, ain't
I
it
don't
season
know.
3 when like Ezra cuts his hair and does all that? It's like the beginning of season 3,
Yeah.
right?
Because like
So it'll
watching
be
a
all right.
14-year-old watching a 14-year-old do this stuff is like it's getting old.
Wow, you got something against 14-year-old actors, Garrison? Jeez.
No, I just think
Yeah, see,
there's
Clint,
a lot of
Clint
shows
agrees with me. Can't
with
nobody
like
replace Harrison Ford.
14-year-olds just kicking ass, and I'm just like, come on.
Did y'all see Hera in the
Yeah.
Ahsoka trailer? Yes, we seen Hera in the Ahsoka.
Yes.
I told you. That's why I found out that Hera is real, and that's why she's downstairs in my basement. I left my wife and married Hera.
That's why Ahsoka's probably gonna get postponed.
No, they better not postpone Ahsoka. They definitely postponing the movie because Taika ain't even done writing the damn thing yet. The movie ain't coming out in 2023, whatever the movie was gonna be.
Speaking of things not coming out on time.
Well, let's finish. Let's wait, and let's do the episode. We can get into that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, we're
What
gonna be
else
talking about some news because there's some things happening in news.
Yeah, seriously.
It's just kind of depressing. Okay, so let's just hurry up and finish. What was your favorite part about the episode? I want to talk about this other shit. I like the episode. It was good. Let's go.
It was a great episode. Cool parts. A lot of flying. A lot of bullshit.
I think my favorite part is when Zeb is talking about, what do you mean falling? Like,
oh yeah,
that shit was hilarious to me.
I still can't get over him calling him a carp. I really can't.
Dude, this episode just had a lot of funny stuff in it. It was really funny. I don't know. I just enjoyed it a lot. I laughed a lot. Every time I see this episode, I laugh a lot.
I like the part where the guy who built the ship, he goes, "Oh no, I don't fly. I'd rather be down here wishing I was up there than up there falling down here."
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's funny. The whole thing is just funny. Like the whole episode has just got a gang. It just made you feel. It was a feel good episode. It really made you feel good. Like, dude, like everything isn't just battles and just fighting the Empire. It's like this. Like we seriously need this shit, but at the same time, this old guy is crazy. He just seemed like that old uncle that everybody has. That's always talking shit. You know what I'm saying? He's always
doing the dumb shit when you show up.
The dumb shit when you show up.
Well, yeah, I had an uncle, my Uncle Jeff, before he passed away. Every time you ran into him, like you go out to his house, he'd be doing something would be caught on fire. You'd hear him cussing and screaming and kicking, and it's the same thing.
I remember I had this uncle, and it's like at a family thing, and I'm bringing this girl that I just started dating over to meet the family for the first time, and he's like out on the front porch, just like naked in his boxers, shaving his head, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is my uncle, by the way." And she goes, "Oh, huh." It was just weird. He was like,
"I'm gonna be single tomorrow."
Like,
thank you.
Boxers and, and I was like, "Awesome."
That's great.
Yeah.
My Uncle Steve was like that. My uncle, we'd be out like when I was growing up. I'd bring a girl over to like meet my dad and stuff. My Uncle Steve would be out back, fucking shirtless, and like these really like old short shorts, and throwing paint at this freaking chopped piece of wood he'd taken out of a freaking tree stump, like blasting out to this old hippie music. I'm like, oh, by the way, this is my Uncle Steve. He's awesome.
He's awesome.
I tried playing it off, but man, he was a fucking weirdo. I still love him to death, but he was a fucking weirdo.
Also had this uncle. He painted all of his guns. Well, not all of them, but he painted a bunch of his guns to look like Nerf guns, like real guns.
That's reckless.
Painted him to look like
That's
Nerf
reckless,
guns. Dude. It was hilarious. Then he had a couple like handguns that he painted, like the DeWalt, like the.
Okay, yeah, I see those.
Yeah. But my favorite ones was like he painted guns to look like Nerf guns, and they legit looked like Nerf guns, and I was like, dang.
Yeah, that's kind of smart though. You could be just walking around. It's a Nerf gun, and the police got a big orange end on the end.
Yeah, he did. He even painted the orange end and everything. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, until somebody takes it. Oh, this is a cool Nerf gun. 45 round in your TV later.
Boom, boom, boom.
My wife's gonna kill me. Yeah, you should have thought about that before you start painting them.
Dad, let's have a Nerf war. No,
Blow your freaking leg off with a 12 gauge. Boom!
Not with that.
Shit.
Stop.
Your Nerf guns are in your toy box, not my gun rack.
Star Wars team leader said the episode seems like the shortest episode of any of them. Though that's how you know it was. It seemed like, damn, it's already over. Like, shit, geez, that was quick. But it's like really just standard 22 minutes.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, because it was fun. It was one of those fun episodes. It was really, really fun. It was one of those episodes where you're just having fun. You know, that's just all it is. It's just, you know, good old fashioned fun.
Yeah, every uncle says that, and somebody gets hurt.
That's definitely true.
Oh, we're just having fun.
And somebody got hurt. Everybody on that Imperial blockade ship was hurt because she just blew a big ass hole right through that damn thing. Like
that motherfucker was dropping out of the sky when she was done with it. That's impossible. No, it obviously wasn't. You just watched it happen, Callus. What do you mean it's impossible?
Yeah, that was
I wonder if the captain of that ship that got hit by that B-wing shit himself. I'm really curious.
Yeah, Bodie, we seen Hera in the Ahsoka trailer. Oh man, oh man, my bad. Didn't I already say something about that? I'm all back on the fucking comments. I'm like, what the hell? Didn't I already talk about that? Oh, okay. What do y'all rate this episode? Come on, let's move on because I want to talk about the other stuff.
I thought it was playful. It was fun. It gave me a little bit of humor, and Kanan was so serious no matter what, and that's just Kanan. I'd give it a 7. I liked it. It gave me that playful manner, and just the explanation of her wanting to why she wants to fly so much was just beautiful. So yeah, I give it a 7.
I give it like a 6.5.
6.5. Yeah. I'm gonna go 7.5. I really like this. This is one of my favorite episodes. I really enjoyed it.
Man, normally I'm the high rating. This is
actually, 6.5. 6.5. Stick with my gun.
Don't back out now.
Okay, now we got some news and rumors.
Oh God. As he's dying.
Oh, fuck, I'm dying.
Oh, fuck, I'm dying. That was
Okay. I'll let y'all start. Y'all go ahead.
Oh, Garrison, you pulled it up. Or Kyle pulled it up. But Garrison, how do you really feel about it?
So
first off, you might want to tell everybody what we're talking about.
Well, that's why I'm having Garrison hit it.
No, Knights of the Old Republic. We just found out that Knights of the Old Republic has been postponed indefinitely. So we don't know when. I guess the nearest guess was originally supposed to come out 2022, 2023. Best guess now is like 2025, but that's being hopeful. It's probably not going to come out at all.
I told y'all motherfuckers that this shit was not coming out. They do not bring out new Star Wars games. Let's just Legos.
What are you talking about?
Not coming out.
Jedi Survivor.
That shit ain't coming out.
Yes, that is.
No, it's not.
There's already a release date. There's already been gameplay shown. We didn't see any We haven't seen any KOTOR shit.
I give up.
I don't. I'm not quitting. I'm gonna stay on this train, and I'm gonna die on this damn train.
I don't get that, man. I just don't get it. It's like, dude, you know Star Wars games itself. There's a billion Star Wars fans. Like a seventh of the entire world plays Star Wars games. But they just keep not putting games out. Like it's Lego, because it's not actually Lucasfilms, it's Lego that's putting the shit out. They're not like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand why they're not putting out more Star Wars games. I guess honestly, I think that they be listening to all the propaganda and all the bullshit about toxic Star Wars fans. They're gonna hate it no matter what we do, so let's not even put it out. Like,
oh, we're gonna hate you a lot more when you don't. What you talking about?
I don't even play video games, and I'd be upset for y'all.
Well, I'm excited. Like, they've remastered all of them, so you can have them on the Xbox One, and the Xbox, their newer system and the new PlayStation and stuff. You can play the remastered, shit that we got when it first came out. Motherfucker, I want the update. I want these graphics, today's graphics in that game. That game was dope already. Just imagine this next gen graphics on that game. You would make so much money. What the fuck are you doing? What is going through your mind to think that you wouldn't make money on that?
Yeah, and it wasn't just the graphics either. They were redoing all the fighting in it and
the
combat and just.
You can literally steal most of that off of Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor and bring it in and tweak some things.
Just
in mocap.
Stupid jumping, climbing, bullcrap.
No, but I'm just talking about all the mocap stuff. We had Ray Park and another woman mocap for season 7 of Clone Wars. You're telling me you can't get a couple guys that are good with some swords to come in and mocap and do a lightsaber scene or two and do all the tricks and combos and shit? Yeah, right. It's whatever.
It just makes me mad that they keep why even announce this shit? Just have it done already. I swear they just do that just to build up people's anticipation and hopes, and then they just 6 months later then they crush it. It ain't coming out now.
Exactly.
Oh, what the hell?
Just don't even announce it until 5 months before the actual release.
You have it done, but you're just doing promotions.
Don't even announce it before a month before release.
No, get it done. Finish it. Give 5 months to promote and do tours and hit Comic-Cons and stuff. That way, and you can have booths where people can try it out.
And then the last month you go in and crunch time and create.
Do the final tweaks. Yeah,
the final tweaks depending on what fans said. I think that's what they should do. Yeah, that would be dope.
But hey, my business management and marketing statistics degree doesn't mean shit.
Maybe you should go work for Star Wars.
Yeah, they wouldn't hire me because I'm a very opinionated person. That's why I've been fired.
Because there's it's bad enough that we're getting swamped with video games, but I swear that Disney is out to destroy Obi-Wan Kenobi. They are completely and utterly out to destroy Obi-Wan Kenobi.
They're out to destroy everything that we loved.
Because I'm gonna pull this up, and I haven't read the book, so I don't know.
Are you talking about Padawan?
Yes.
Padawan, I just got Padawan. I haven't listened to it yet.
I haven't read it or listened to it yet, but
I got it and I haven't touched it.
I read the passage that you're gonna be referring to, but
here we go. So I'm guessing in this book, like I said, I haven't listened to it, so to me this is just a rumor. But it's all over the web that this new book portrays Obi-Wan Kenobi as bisexual.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, first off, he's a Jedi. He's not supposed to have, any type of relations. Then we got Satine. And he said that he would leave the Jedi Order for Satine, but now I guess he had a boyfriend too. So, from what is being stated here, and I'm like, all right, I don't care. Do you? You know what I'm saying? If you want to be bisexual, you want to be gay, you want to be transgender, I don't care. Whatever you do, you want to be a part of the alphabet people. That's you. You do that. Do whatever makes you happy. As long as you ain't bothering me, I don't care what you do. But, what is the purpose of this? And
you can bring in new characters to do this, though.
Yeah.
Why touch an old character when you can bring a new character into it?
It's the same logic as that
you
push
have,
for...
You have the High Republic books, and you have all these things. Do that!
Yeah. And I understand, that community wants representation. They can have it. Make a character.
But give them their own character.
Yeah. You don't
that
have
they
to,
can have a toy of and posters of and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't you dare go dirty, you fuck. I didn't mean a toy like that.
The Star Wars team leader said he went back for the Death Stick guy.
No, but if you read the passage, because I read the passage that it quoted, I don't know how anyone would have got that he was bisexual from it. It seems like a bit of a stretch to me. but
I think they're
whatever.
reaching because
I
I'm about
think
to
so,
start
too.
listening to this book because I got it. I got it the second I saw that it was out. I got it, and I've been intimidated by it because I don't know this author very well.
Who is the author?
Let me pull it up. That's
Mr.
literally that's how
Jackson
bad it
says-
is because I can't remember the name.
Some lady.
Kirsten White. I don't know the author. I
Who?
really
Christian White.
Kirsten White.
Kierersteen.
Kirsten White.
Yeah, I don't. Here, let me look at her profile on Audible real fast.
Kirsten White. That's not a.
She's done a lot of love books and a lot of like mythical books and stuff. Like most of her books are called Hyde, the Genevieve Deception, Slayer, Chosen, the Excalibur Curse, and I Darken, the Camelot Betrayal. Like none of this shit says Star Wars to me. Like Camp Creepy, Mind Games, Vampiric Vacation, Endlessly, Perfect Lies, and they're all females on the covers. Most of them, except for maybe Padawan, obviously, and Hyde, and the Genevieve Deception. She's got 3 books with the covers that are males or a different type of cover, but the rest are all like female-driven, lovey-dovey stuff.
Okay, hold up. We're about to have some fun. Share screen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Why am I intimidated by this?
We're about to read some of these Twitters.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
This is hilarious. Okay, so let's see. But Obi-Wan was in love with Satine. He can't be bi. The active pushback against Obi-Wan being bi from Dudes Bro because chronologically, I can't say the word, likes women. It's so funny because clearly they don't know what the fuck bisexual is. Obi-Wan got bi in his name twice for a reason.
Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Obi-Wan being canonically bi Ace is the best thing to happen in 2022, and you can quote me on that. The best thing to happen in 2022? Bro, your year sucks.
Yeah.
That's your highlight? That's your
your
fucking
year's
highlight?
Trash.
Your 2022 highlight is Obi-Wan Kenobi being bi. Hey, look at that. On the day I'm wearing my Obi-Wan shirt, this is the shit that happens.
Somebody needs to reach out to this man. I don't know who heard him, but
This is the best thing ever. This is the best thing in 2022.
I just don't I agree with y'all. Like, there's so many new characters that they have, and especially the High Republic, that they could, they could make a new character. Why are y'all trying to?
Hell,
make
you can
Obi-Wan?
give them a Sith that's bisexual, and then like a Jedi
There's a
that's
lot of
trans.
Sith that
Like
are
you can
bisexual.
do.
I've seen the porn.
oh god.
But that's the thing. Like you can give them more than one character. Why fuck with an older character? That just to me that just makes Obi-Wan, like Al Guinness's Obi-Wan, look creepier when he goes up to Luke and brushes his hair.
Pedophile.
Like that's a
pedophile.
he's not a pedophile. Luke's 18.
Yeah, but that was just the first kid that he messed with.
Yeah,
It's just more necrophilia at that point because he doesn't know if he's dead or not.
You don't need to go back and rewrite characters that we already know. Like, make a strong, awesome character that is like, and make him however you want. Make a strong, awesome character. You don't have to change other characters and in order to represent. Make a good character that can be their champion. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same idea as like a lot of people are wanting the next James Bond to be a woman. Why can't you just make a badass woman? Make a woman awesome who can compete with James Bond. You don't need to change characters that we know and love. Just make new ones that are just as good. You know what
Literally,
I mean?
it doesn't have to be like 007. It can be like I'm trying not to say anything fucking mean. I really can't help it.
Well, it's just it's almost like I look at it like two different ways. It's like they're attacking Obi-Wan Kenobi for something. They came out with the series. The series wasn't what we were all thought it was going to be. It was the Reva series. It wasn't even the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Then you bring out, now you bring out a book and trying to say that he's bisexual. And it's like, dude, come on. It's like Disney is attacking Obi-Wan Kenobi for some reason.
The worst part is that it's by a writer that does not write Star Wars. She writes love fantasy books. Everything that I looked at is all love fantasy shit. This is her first Star Wars book. I encourage writers that are good writers to do it. Like, if you can write a good Star Wars book, I'm all game to listen to it. But the damn thing's 7 hours and 42 minutes. You didn't write that well for 7 hours.
Or if they go longer than that. If it's audio 7 hours and 42 minutes, they probably, well, you got to understand when you write a book, like, so I've been writing, and I don't know what the name of the book is going to be, but it's basically about a Sith apprentice or a Jedi, and it's kind of set back in the time, like right after, my brain ain't working. It's set back like before the old Republic, like right in between where the Sith and the Jedi are just getting to know each other. They're just starting to battle. Well, there's a Jedi Padawan, and he finds a stone, and then that stone is encrypted with dark side energy, and he's changing from the light to the dark side. It's converting him. And I've probably been writing this book for off and on for 2 years, because I'll get stuck and then I'll just stop writing for a couple months and then I'll come back to it. But I'm only on chapter 20 out of probably 50 chapters in 2 years. And I'd probably say I wrote consistently in it, been writing consistently, consistent time, maybe 15 months. And then the rest of the time I had Roger's block, couldn't figure out what I was going to say or whatever. So when you're writing, the original draft before they take it to the publisher and the publisher has the editors look at everything, your book might be super long. Then it's 7 hours for somebody to actually read that book, whoever they got to read the audio. To read that book through, and then they got to add all the stuff, you know what I'm saying, because they pause a lot more in there for dramatic effect and stuff than if you're just reading it. And it depends on the person reading it. If they got a good voice actor that knows how to read and that's what they do, they can read through it real quick. Somebody normal like us, it might take us 10, 12 hours to read it if we read it straight through. So there's a lot of characters or a lot of things that happen when you're reading through a book. So it just depends. It all depends on the person and everything like that. So, it could be, it probably took her a while to write this book.
But if it's not in your field, I understand branching out, but if it's not in your field house.
But what I don't understand,
why'd they bring her in?
But, look at
Thanks for lighting it up, Chris.
Finish your thought, Kyle, and I want to address that. That was funny.
But what I don't understand is so if you really look at it, there's no book that's considered actual canon other than the whatchamacallit, the encyclopedias. So why are they trying to say it's canon? None of the books is canon.
Yeah, it's not canon.
None of the actual books are considered canon. Not even the Del Rey books is really considered canon, not by George Lucas's eyes. George Lucas says now that could be different depending on.
I think the Force Unleashed books are, because the writer of the game, of the story itself, wrote a book for it. And it was, that game was approved by George Lucas. I think the Force Unleashed book is the only thing that I can mentally think of story-wise that is a George Lucas approved book. That was, greenlit by George Lucas, because it was the book turned, they made the game, they put the game into a book. And then they made the second game, and the second game turned into a book, and then they did the whole Dark Horse comic series about it too. So I think that's the only thing I can think of that's canon that George Lucas says, yeah, that's Star Wars. I approve of this.
Oh,
That's the only thing I can think of personally, other than like Kyle said, the encyclopedias.
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I like Chris's comment. People just need to chill. Kenobi's force sexual, and that's it. Like, he's joking, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know why. Like, when it comes to Kenobi, like, I don't think his sexuality is all that important. Like, why? Who cares? Let's just get on with the story. Like, why do we need to be going back and changing it and trying to make him bisexual or whatever? Like, he's been written. He's a solid character. I think.
Well, and that would
like, as much as people want to be represented, and I understand that, at the end of the day, like, there's more important things than that kind of stuff. Like, let's just get on with
there's
the
more
story.
important things than kissing your ass because you're sensitive.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put it that way. Like, if that's how you feel, cool. I don't care what you believe in, what you do, where you stick what, how you do what. It's your life. If it makes you happy, cool. But don't be drawing attention to a character that literally it's been on a TV screen stating that he's in love with Satine. Okay, cool. That's the only love interest we've had, other than him flirting with Asajj Ventress. That's about it.
And if Disney, and again, if Disney wants to make a story that shows that kind of romance, go for it. Make a solid character. That is,
you
that
can
way.
do it.
And there's no problem. Just, I think fans get frustrated when you go back and change the characters that they already know and love and appreciate, and flipping them around. You know what I mean? Just make your own characters.
And we wouldn't have no problem like that. If there was somebody like, if the Mandalorian, you know what I'm saying, came out and, you know, they said the Mandalorian was bisexual or gay, I don't care. He's the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like
that's
he's
not
a
the
new
reason.
character.
That's not the reason we're watching the stories, though. At the end of the day,
Yeah, I mean, that's really not.
You know what I mean?
Like, I don't
Like,
care who they in love
I
with.
don't
you know what
care
I'm
about
saying?
their sexuality. I just am watching for the Star Wars. You know.
And the Mandalorian has not been shown any type of sexuality anyway in the thing, because he's been around a bunch of women and never once has he tried to hit on any of the women in the show.
Right.
Like that we
Now,
seen.
Boba
So
Fett, on the other hand,
so if it came out that he was, you know what I'm saying, gay or bisexual, I wouldn't have no problem with that. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? Go kill some people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. I want to see you capture some people and save Grogu. I don't give a shit what your sexual background is. It doesn't really it doesn't change who the character is.
Exactly.
But to go back and change Obi-Wan that we know this dude, it killed him when Maul killed Satine. Like, it like, you could see it in the cartoon. Like, dude, that was like one of the most meaningful parts in the Clone Wars was just the way the look on his face. I mean, it's like one of the most epic pictures that you can find online of Obi-Wan and Satine when he's holding her, and just the look on his face.
Literally, there's GIFs. You can type in a GIF on your phone that shows that moment of him holding her, and I will always love you when she's touching his face. You can literally, it is so popular. You can get on anything right now and probably find that photo redrawn, redone, a different storyline, a what if storyline about it. Like, there's people that have wrote what if storylines about Obi-Wan leaving and going with, Duchess and having, like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, but why mess with older characters when you have such an open slate to give us something new?
Like I said, it's like a personal attack on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I swear, Disney is attacking the original characters. They're attacking the original Star Wars. It's George Lucas's Star Wars, and they're trying to defile the characters that are there,
Beloved
and loved, to push their own agenda on their characters. Like, just create your characters. We're gonna love them if they're good. If they suck, they're gonna suck. That's all there is to it. There's no reason to do all this.
I think it just reflects more on, like, the focus that Disney has. Their focus isn't necessarily on creating good stories. It's more on
I have a fun fact.
Points is what it seems like. Getting points.
I have a fun fact of the day. I love fun facts. Mark Hamill was 63 years old during the filming of The Force Awakens, which is the exact same age that Alec Guinness was when he appeared in A New Hope.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love fun facts. Sorry, it just popped up on my Instagram.
But I think that there's, when we really look at the scenario, it's like CJ said, they have this open slate. You know what I'm saying? They can go in any direction, and it's almost like they're doing shit intentionally to like piss Star Wars fans off. Then they want to call us toxic. You're doing it. You're the ones that are changing all this stuff and doing all this stuff when all you have to do is like stick to what is there. Like just Obi-Wan was badass. You know what I'm saying? He beat Grievous. You know what I'm saying? He beat Anakin. He's not a punk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not to try to say that bisexual people are punks. I don't want nobody to take that wrong because that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, but then now they're attacking him. Boba Fett is not the guy that goes saves the town. He's not that guy. And then they create Boba Fett as this town saving guy. You know, I'm gonna save my town. That's not. They're doing stuff. It seems like to me that they're doing stuff intentionally, and just to piss the fans off, so they could say back and say Star Wars fans are toxic. No, man, you're like screwing with characters that we love. You're remaking these characters into somebody that they're not. Instead of just why not create more Mandos? There's all these, like, everybody loves Mando, man. Mando is dope, man. Like, create another character. Just create a whole nother story. And it makes me upset because I'm so scared of what they're going to do with Ahsoka. Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters. And it's like, okay, do not come in here and start screwing Ahsoka up and make her like somebody that she's not. Like, please don't.
How much
do
you
that.
want to bet she's gonna be?
Like
You can't play with the sexual orientation game without pissing off so many people. Like, if you're going to play with that kind of like thing,
well,
bring in new characters for that reason.
But also make it like relevant to the story. All of these
like a love
Jedi,
interest or a
their
reason.
love interests are kind of irrelevant. Like the sexuality, it's irrelevant. Like if you want to make a story about that kind of struggle, and I understand like a lot of people want to see that, make a story about it. That's awesome. But I feel like in Star Wars and the stories that are in Star Wars, because like love not is forbidden, but it's not a driving part of the plot. Like there's not really a reason to go into it.
Like, I could understand, like, Solo was kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? When they wrote Solo, he wanted his girl. Everything he was doing is to get back to his girl. And that was okay. You know what I'm saying? It was part of the story. And it was all right.
Right.
If it wouldn't matter if it was a girl or dude, it wouldn't matter because it was part of the story. But y'all are, like, trying to write this stuff into existence after the fact. Like, the story's already there. Why are you trying to write it in now? Like, who cares? First off, he's a Jedi. He's not supposed to have a sexual orientation. He's not supposed to be thinking about sex. That is not part of the Jedi code. And we know that he sticks to the Jedi code even after the Jedi are gone. He goes into solitude. You know what I'm saying? He's crazy old hermit being Kenobi. You know what I'm saying? By the time New Hope gets there, he wasn't worried about a sexual anything. He's out there just waiting and watching and getting ready to train Luke. That's all he was doing. He wasn't having relationships and doing all this stuff.
My biggest thing about this is like I've been saying, is like you have an empty slate. You're bringing in the High Republic books. You're bringing in new characters left and right. You're bringing in people in Mando. Like Ahsoka. Okay, you can't fuck with Ahsoka's sexual orientation due to the fact that she was in love with that senator. She had feelings for that senator in Clone Wars.
Yeah, but even if she did have a relationship, so just saying this, she starts a relationship with a woman or something. Who cares? I don't care about none of that. I want to see Ahsoka being badass and chopping people up and using both her lightsabers in the Force and fighting the Empire.
It's more important to stick. It's more important just to stick to the character.
Yeah, just like
give us what we know. Do not play with what we don't.
honestly, in this time period, in the time period is everything's going on. You got the Empire, you got all this bad shit happening. You know, I'm not worried about being in a relationship. If anything, it's gonna be a quick hit it and quit it because I'm trying to not die or become a slave. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not worried about being in a relationship. That's not something that people right now is worried about. People right now worried about surviving and the suppression of the empire and all that. They're not worried about being in a relationship. Like they put the.
That's just not why we're watching Star Wars.
So think about it in the Bad Batch. You had the one clone dude that married the Twi'lek girl, and they had their kids. Okay, you threw that into the story. That's fine. He was a deserter. He got away. He knew it was bad. He hooked up with the girl. They had some kids. That's fine. I didn't have no problem with that whatsoever. You know, but there's people out there that might have had a problem with it just because they're of two different species. Then we get into racial stuff. It's like they're it's almost like Disney is trying to cause conflict. They're trying to like bring up these things to get people to be toxic and to get people arguing and fighting with each other. It's like y'all are intentionally doing that. We don't care about none of that stuff. We don't care. We just want Star Wars. We want good storytelling. We don't care about their ethnicity. We don't care about their sexual preference. We don't care about none of that stuff matters in a galaxy that is going through turmoil constantly. It never stops. As soon as they get over one thing, something new happens. You know, it's
right.
By the time the period of Mandalorian season 3 comes or Mandalorian comes, now it's just like the Wild West. You just trying to survive.
Yeah, you know, the fall of the Empire, the build of the New Republic, all these things. Like you have so much to play with. Like, quit fucking with old characters. Give us something new. And like Kyle said, if you want to bring that kind of storyline in, do it the right way. Don't fuck with the old stuff. Make it easy.
Leave that stuff alone.
I think at the end of the day, like you put too much emphasis. They put too much emphasis and too much like value based off of someone's like sexuality. And I think no matter what sexuality you are, that doesn't make you good or bad. Like you are who you are, and that determines your value and how awesome you are. Your sexuality, who cares? Like that's a part. That's a part of you, but it's not. It doesn't determine your value. I think
exactly. I wouldn't care if they brought a transgender Star Wars character in. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Is he bad or is she bad or whatever you want to call it? Are they a badass and are they doing some shit to help the rebellion or whatever the situation may be? Are they doing something to add to the story? I don't care about none of that stuff, and I don't know why. It's almost like. What did you say before? It's almost like they're
trying to get points. It just reminds me of the whole Finn thing. Like, let's introduce a black character, right? Because we need more black characters, all for it. But then once it goes to China, let's kind of take him out and make him irrelevant. It made it seem like, we're putting a black character in just to earn points rather than, hey, let's have a good story. You know what I mean? And then as soon as it seems like he might not be good for profits,
Mace Windu was a badass.
Yeah.
And, dude, there's been black characters in all of Star Wars.
Exactly.
You got Mace Windu, you got Lando, you got it's never been about race. It's never been about, because you got to think about, you got races, you got different species, you got all kind of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? That's never been George Lucas's focus. It was always about the story. Like, there got to be aliens. They're in this galaxy. There got to be different races. They're in the galaxy. There's different races within different species. Look how many different colored Twi'leks there are. You got green, blue, red.
Yeah. It just made it seem like it was more to earn points rather than to be genuine. You know
so they're
what I mean?
kind of, what is that value? Not value. What do you call that shit?
What?
I think it's people pleasing in its finest form.
Pandering?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Before it got a name. I can't think of it right now.
I don't know. I don't think your value as a person ties back to your sexuality, to your race, or whatever. It's who you are and what you decide to do. I don't think those things determine your value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are a part of who you are, but they don't determine whether you're good or valuable. I think
Well,
you're
it's just like
valuable regardless.
it's just like the Reva thing. Like I thought Moses Ingram played a great part. She played the bitch that she was supposed to play. She, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She played that part
She was a
excellent,
good
and people
character.
attacked her because
And
of
that's
her race,
stupid.
and that's
Yeah.
stupid. Like, what
And
does that
that's
have to do
stupid.
with how she played the part spectacular? Like, dude,
Yeah, I think
don't think they could have got
her
too many other
race
actors
is irrelevant.
to play
It
that
shouldn't
part.
be relevant, at least.
And it's like Star Wars. It's like Disney. I'm not gonna say Star Wars. It's like Disney is doing things intentionally to cause the fandom to argue with each other, and then they can sit back and say Star Wars fandom is toxic. Well, you're causing the toxicity when you are changing things. You made an Obi-Wan Kenobi series that had Obi-Wan Kenobi in it for 15 minutes. It was the Reva series. It was all about Reva. That's not what we signed up for. We signed up to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's like they intentionally did it to get the Star Wars fandom going against each other. And then they could turn around and say, oh, Star Wars fans is just toxic. And that's bullshit. We're not toxic. You guys are intentionally causing things and doing things to be destructive. That's just how I feel about it. I really feel that Disney is on this thing about destroying all the beloved characters from George Lucas' era. Because it's
I wouldn't
not
say
about their
destroying.
characters.
Yeah,
And
I agree with that. I think they just are trying to shift the focus to their own characters.
because you got to think about, okay, you
Which
come
is
out with
fine,
Obi-Wan
but-
Kenobi series. Obi-Wan Kenobi ain't even that good. Then you come out with a book. The book is saying that he's bisexual, so that's going to cause people, to have conflict because people like, oh, no, you can't do that. And then the gay community like, oh, yes, we're so happy that he's bisexual. And, you know what I'm saying? And that causes conflict. And it's like, dude, then it's like, I don't even want to hear about Obi-Wan Kenobi no more because y'all done destroyed his reputation. You done destroyed who he was. You changed him all up. He's not even Obi-Wan Kenobi no more. Now I'm more focused on Mando because, okay, Mando's way better. Mando's a badass,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, or their characters. And I really think that that's what they're doing. I just have this gut feeling because they keep doing it with Boba Fett. They did the same thing. Boba Fett says, I'm going to save the town and I care about family and all this stuff. This is the dude that just disintegrates people. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about no family. That's not his agenda. And y'all created a story in order to make this agenda. And what I think what hurts me most in all reality is that I think Dave and John are setting back, and I think they're just happy to be making Star Wars, and they're not seeing what is actually happening. They're kind of blinded by the ability to make more Star Wars, so they're just happy to be making more Star Wars. But I don't think that they're really looking at what Disney is doing. I think they're just, they're happy to be making Star Wars, so they're like, cool, you know what I'm saying? Let's make Star Wars. And they're not looking at, okay, Disney is destroying these characters. They're our favorite characters. And somebody needs to enlighten them on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, have y'all watched this? Have y'all really paid attention to what they're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we probably beat this horse enough.
Okay, let's get back to some other things. So I talked about it. I talked about it on another podcast. I talked about it on here. The series, the documentary series, Unearthed, the Star Wars by Brian Volkweiss. Okay, they got 3 episodes out. So the first 2 episodes was about New Hope.
Oh.
And it talks about them creating a New Hope. This is the first on video interview with Marsha Lucas. And dude, if y'all have not watched this, it's on Vice TV. Y'all have to go and watch this.
Really?
Like, dude, it is that good. The information that you're getting from the person that edited. You know what I'm saying? The person. Marsha was an editor. That's what she did. That's how her and George met. And for her to come in and edit and fix, and she's explaining the things that she did. And she was there. and you got Anthony Daniels. There's so many different ILM guys, and you know, everybody is there, and they're telling what is happening in these interviews. So informational. Like, you turn it on, you can't turn it off. You want to know what they're gonna say. It's that good. Like, I watched 3 episodes so far, and every single one of them has been excellent on information. And Marsha, like, I don't know. I when I first seen her, I'm like, dude, they got Martian. Like, you know, some of her other interviews that she did, like on radio interviews and stuff like that, she was kind of like putting George down a little bit. That's the way I felt about him. On this, it's not like that. She is like, I mean, she giving credit to George, but then she's coming in and saying, you know, George, she's explaining, like, George is a creator, but he doesn't really know the fundamentals on certain things. Like, he doesn't know how to write a script. You know, he didn't know how to do that in A New Hope. So he had to get people to help him. And then, like, his original edit, you know what I'm saying, was like, this doesn't make sense. And then she went in and fixed it. But at the same time, without his creative genius, none of it, like, he would come in and be like, so they was like explaining that he couldn't have the trench scene. They didn't want him to put the trench scene in the movie. They wanted him to cut that off. It was at the very end. They wanted him to cut that off. So he actually moved it up. So they couldn't cut that part off, because if it didn't have the trench scene, Star Wars wouldn't even make no sense. And he knew that it had to be in there, so he had her move it up in the thing. So what happened before the ending? So Fox 21 couldn't cut it out, because they was the one that pretty much promoted the movie. They the one that gave him all the money for the movie. Mm-hmm. So like without him moving that up to keep it in there, Star Wars wouldn't be Star Wars. So like the information that they're giving, like everybody, like Anthony Daniels, he was like, dude, I wasn't gonna come back to do a new movie. Wasn't no way. He was like, it was the worst experience of his life. But you know what I'm saying? He's seen how.
But he saw that check though.
It wasn't even a check, because he was only getting like $400 a week or something like that. He wasn't getting shit. They wasn't getting paid shit. But he fell in love with the character. He's like, dude, I fell in love with C-3PO, and I wanted to do it again. And then he just kept doing it. Now he's been in freaking all of them. Movies. He's been in every movie. He's the only character that's been in every single movie. So it's like, it's crazy, but to like hear them saying the stuff that they went through and the stuff that they experienced during filming, and like I said before, like how the ILM guys put a damn airplane slide off the building into a hot tub. Dude, it is crazy the stuff that they're telling in this. Like, dude, no wonder y'all put George in the hospital twice. You know what I'm saying? He's about to lose his damn mind. But it's just, it's a really, it's so informative. It's so much information and behind the scenes stuff that I haven't ever seen before. And it's awesome. Like, dude, it's one of the best shows that I've watched in a long time. And like, I can't wait for the next one to come out. And they come out every Tuesday at 9 o'clock on Vice TV. Well, at least 9 o'clock my time. I don't know how that works out on everybody else's, but it's 9 o'clock my time on Vice TV on Tuesday nights. Definitely go check it out. It's called Unearthed. I'm sounding like I'm doing a freaking commercial for them. Should actually be getting paid. But no, it's good. Y'all will like it. And dude, this dude Brian Volkwise, I guess he's done some other stuff. I haven't looked into it, but he's like did some other stuff on like some Netflix documentaries and stuff like that. And he's like one of the top documentary people in the nation right now, and he is killing it on Star Wars. I don't know how he got Marsha, because Marsha said she wasn't ever going to do video, interviews, but whatever he did. Basically, in one of the articles that I was reading, he said basically after he got done talking to her, it was a 5-hour drive back to his hotel room. Yeah, he got emails to send out, he got all this stuff to do, and this dude literally sat there and stared out the window for 5 hours just thinking about the conversation that they had. Just thinking about the interview that he does with her, because there's so much information that this is the first time that it's ever been told. And I'm telling you, definitely watch it. It is good. It is super good. I've been really enjoying it. So that's
I gotta watch it.
Probably on Hulu.
Huh?
It's on Hulu, isn't it?
Yeah. Any cable, network should have Vice on there. I think Vice is like a regular TV show, a regular TV.
Well, I don't have cable. I just have internet, so I'd have to. Hulu carries
Yeah,
Vice,
Hulu has
their
it,
Vice
yeah.
products. So
Well, I have another thing. I should have mentioned it last Saturday. I'm pissed that I didn't. But basically, on Saturday, the Arizona Diamondbacks in my home state, they had a Star Wars night. So if you were one of like the first 10,000 fans in, you got like a free T-shirt. A bunch of fans went in like cosplay stuff, costumes. The mascot dressed up as Han Solo. It was cool. And so they had like a whole Star
the
Wars themed game.
The Anaheim Ducks do that, and so do the Angels. They'll have a Star Wars night, and they'll bring like people from Disneyland in to do like they'll bring in the Chewie from Disneyland, and they'll bring in like the R2 and stuff, and they'll have like meet and greets, and like they'll invite actors that have been in Star Wars, not big names because like Harrison Ford don't give a shit. Carrie's gone. Mark don't live over in that area anymore. Like you're just getting like Alden Ehrenreich or Giannis and like guys that have played in like movies. Like and they do that, and I love that. I love when baseball teams do that shit.
I
Yeah, it
love
was
just
cool.
when sports
And then
teams do stuff like that. I think it's just awesome.
Yeah, it was
Well, that's
cool.
just it just shows you how big Star Wars really is.
Yeah.
And that's
And
what
they
a lot of
released
people
a
don't.
whole bunch of bobbleheads of like players in Star Wars like outfits. You know what I mean? It was cool.
I still want to get my own character.
You want to do that Hasbro thing?
Yeah, I want to do the Hasbro Darth. I want to do the Darth Sway. I don't want my face on there. I want the Darth Sway costume.
Well, when Hasbro decides to start doing that for a good chunk of money, they might. But until then, you might as well settle for being a Jedi or a Stormtrooper.
No. Well, see what
If you can get me Mando armor, I'm game.
like I don't like, but I don't know. I want my own character. I'm gonna find somebody that can create me a character.
Etsy, bro. I'm gonna say it again. You can probably find somebody on Etsy.
Dude, we need to like contact Etsy and see if we can do like an affiliate program through Etsy.
I see commercials all the time with them on YouTube, and I'm like, bro, I talk about you all the time.
I don't know. Look it up. Go on Etsy and there should be a thing and see if they got an affiliate program and see if we can get signed up on that shit. We'll start promoting Etsy if they want to give us some money.
I'm game.
Right.
I love Etsy.
Any other news? That's all I had.
That's all. That's
No, the only thing that really got me was the KOTOR thing.
the only other thing that I have that
sad.
fun fact Star Wars fans might want to know is a stack of dirty dishes inspired the Millennium Falcon.
Really?
What?
Yo.
Of course. God damn you, George
ILM
Lucas.
was looking at this big pile of dirty dishes and they were like, oh, that might be a cool ship. And then they created the Millennium Falcon. And how Star Wars should have evolved beyond the Skywalker saga.
Oh.
I mean, that's controversial in itself.
The Skywalker saga is what's made stupid, like, Jesus, frick. If it wasn't for the Skywalker saga, we wouldn't even have Star Wars. The whole thing is about the Skywalkers. From 1 through 9 is all about the Skywalkers.
I know.
Like, so I don't get it. Like, what are y'all talking about? Everything is about Skywalkers. And
No, I think it's talking about like, I think it's time to like move on and write new stories.
Nope. Rey really got pregnant by Ben, and now they're having another Skywalker. And
They're having a force baby. It's another
What the
Shmi.
flip?
they
Yeah. Clinton. Apparently, there's rumors that Mace is coming in Mandalorian 3.
Yeah,
Yes!
I seen a picture.
No.
Somebody did a fan edit of a picture. It's like the Mando poster, but it has like Mace's face on the side of it, and he's holding the purple lightsaber. But these are
Garrison's
just
gun.
rumors. These are just rumors from everything that I looked up because I'm a super Mace fan. So I would love to see that. But I don't know.
I'm terrified though because what they did with Obi-Wan.
Like, I don't think that they would make Mace bad in Mandalorian. I don't think that they'll make any characters bad in the Mandalorian, just because of the thing. But it's not gonna like if Mace is around, then that would diminish Luke's force ability, and it would also question where the hell has he been at all this damn time? You know, like that's gonna open up a new can of worms. Like, dude, you've been like the whole Empire thing happened. You got Luke fighting by himself. You could have come help Yoda train Luke. Like Yoda would have known. Like,
What if he lost his memory? Like, what if they did like a whole memory loss thing kind of deal?
well,
You know?
we know that Jedi can fall from very high up and survive. We know Mace is very powerful. Mace is one of the only Jedis that can draw from the dark side, which is something that, you know, is more of a reference to Revan, because Revan could use both light and dark. Mace drew power from the
Kirsten
dark
does
side.
not look amused.
Well,
But-
if you watch episode 3 again, it flashes to Yoda really quick, and Yoda like can sense something right after Mace Windu dies, right? And it's before like the huge Order 66. It's right after Mace Windu dies, and so like I feel like Yoda felt Mace Windu die.
Maybe he comes
Number
back
one.
as a Force ghost.
Number 2, I hate bringing back anybody. Like, let characters stay dead. It just makes it not really exciting. If everybody can come back from the dead, just like that, it makes all the other episodes a lot less exciting. Because if there's no interest in seeing the character survive. It's just, oh, if they die, oh well, they'll come back. No worries. You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
Hey, look at that. Obi-Wan hooked you up with a custom figure. A hookup. He made one for the 1313 podcast, guys.
Oh, your casual clone makes custom figures. Oh,
All
cool.
right, I'll hit him up. Thank you, Obi-Wan. I definitely appreciate that, because I want a Darth Sway figure. Another thing that kind of gets me, though, like with that, because that was like the number one on that Reddit thing for like things that people would wish that they could change about Star Wars. The number one thing was bringing back Palpatine. That's what
Yeah.
most people wanted to change about Star Wars. Like, why can't Snoke just be a badass and just be a new bad guy?
He was
No.
supposed to be. I will preach this until the day I die.
Like,
Fuck
I don't
you,
know what was the purpose
Ryan
of,
Johnson.
I don't know what the purpose of bringing back freaking Palpatine was, and
Or at least explain it a better way. It was just, oh yeah, he's back. It was just kind of dumb. Like, give me some, like, give a valid reason. And then
well,
I
and
know
then they,
CJ
like,
doesn't like
then
it.
they had to create a whole new planet that he was on
Yeah.
and all this stuff instead of like he's on Morban or he's on. You know what I'm
Moraband
saying?
would have been good. I like Moraband. I know
You could
Moraband.
put him on any one of the Sith planets that we already know about, and you know that would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? They had
The
to
hell is
create a whole new
Exegol?
Planet, like they just did a whole bunch of stuff that was just unnecessary to bring him back, and they could have
Right.
just made, you know what I'm saying? They could have just kept what. I don't know. It's just.
And
it's
I know
weird.
CJ's going to hate this, but I feel the same way about Darth Maul. He was a great storyline in Clone Wars. I understand that whole storyline, and it's compelling and it's good. I just think it's dumb bringing back someone from the dead.
Well, the only thing that like, because it only reason that I like the fact that they brought back Maul in the Clone Wars was because that was a direct antagonist to Kenobi.
Right,
That
and
was the only
it
thing
was
that
a
was
great
good about
storyline.
That was what made it so good. But other than that, I mean, it was kind of purposeless. Other than what they did with it, if they would have tried to do anything else with it, it wouldn't have made no sense. It would have been stupid. But like that's somebody that can come back. We all see Palpatine explode in the damn thing, and then they blew up the Death Star, so he was definitely dead. Then all of a sudden he comes back and he's a clone, and now y'all got to recreate a whole story and everything. Like you already had a character. What was wrong with Snoke? He was evil looking. He just looked creepy as shit. He was good bad guy. You know what I'm saying? He converted Kylo Ren to the dark side. Like, dude, he was already a good character. Why did y'all bring up another character? You kill him off and then bring up another character. Just didn't make. And we all know it was Ryan Johnson.
Oh yeah, it was all fuck you. I don't like J.J. Abrams. I don't like his story, and I made sure if I wasn't going to come back, I was going to screw it up for him. Dude, Snoke was dope.
Like, I mean,
I love how he beats the hell out of freaking Hux. I love it.
It just, you know, They could have done something different, and I think it would have been a better storyline at the end. But you know, we got what we got. So I mean, I'm appreciative that we got it. I wish they could have done it differently, but you know, it is what it is. At least I don't have to. I don't have to explain it next week like Garrison.
You mean this Saturday?
Yeah,
This Saturday.
Oh, you
Okay.
poor-
Well, on that note, goodbye.
All right,
Thanks.
everybody. Yeah, it's about that time for us to get on off of here. Get it out! Get it out! No. Hell, Palpatine, 2024. It's about that time for us to say goodbye, and we will see you guys on Saturday. Do all the stuff that you're supposed to do, like, subscribe, do all that crap, follow on all the podcast platforms, and we will see you guys on Saturday. Peace.
I was like, did you forget that we're on Saturday?
No, I didn't forget. What are you talking about?
No, we know.
You hesitated for a second. Saturday, and I was like,
Damn it, I have MS brain. It's hard. You know, I be forgetting a lot of shit. Like I go to say something, and I'm like, where did it go?
I thought he was on mute.
I was legitimately waiting too. I was like, "Are you gonna fucking say it?" Like,
It
you
just
got
goes
it?
away. Like I will have the name. I'll be looking at something on the other screen. I'll be like, all right, okay. What the hell was I gonna say? And I have to look back at it because I'll forget that quick. They call it brain fog. That's what the technical term for it is, brain fog. I'm like, dude, I'm going crazy. I'm losing my damn mind.
All right.
All right, guys, we're out.
All right. Good
Peace.
night. May the force be with you.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Kim Lanise, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.